Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeanna. Thanks for joining me today. This is the second video in my trimester recaps. I already made a first trimester recap and it was quite extensive. So if you haven't watched that, go back and watch it if you're currently pregnant and want some advice or tips or just some stories about my experience and something you want to look forward to into your pregnancy. This is going to be all about my second trimester. I'm currently in my third, but I wanted to give a recap of my second trimester because it was quite different, and I thought it would be awesome to just share this with you, especially if you're a new mom and you are excited to have your first child like me, and you just want to hear from other moms and other soon-to-be moms about what they're experiencing before you get pregnant or before you go into this trimester. So I hope this video helps. If you are not subscribed already, go ahead and click subscribe, and if you do like this video, make sure to give it a like because I'm new to this YouTube experience and this is a new thing for me. So anything helps. Comments, likes, subscribes. I appreciate all of it. And if you're here for the first time, my name is Jeanna. I am a musical theater performer turned health coach, and I specialize in self-love and perfectionism. So I make videos over here about self-love and perfectionism, but right now I'm experiencing or experimenting with pregnancy videos because I'm currently in my second trimester and about to have my first child, like I said. So you'll see a big variety of content on this channel in the realm of health and taking care of yourself holistically, because it's all so connected. So let's get started. So just to feel nice at home, I brought my coffee here with me, and this is a change because I could not drink coffee in my first trimester, which I'll talk about in a second, but I have my notes in front of me. There was a lot to talk about in my first trimester because it was so new, and I talked about the reveal and how I told my husband and our family and a little bit about my fertility background, how I got pregnant. So if you are not pregnant yet and you are looking to get pregnant, that may be a helpful video for you. I mentioned a lot of like resources and tips and apps, and you know, it is different for everyone, so don't feel like this is something that you're going to experience as well. Every pregnancy is different, every person is different, and what they're experiencing is completely unique. So I just wanted to share my experience because maybe it can help someone else, or maybe it can just get someone excited or prepared for what to expect, and just not feel so alone. I know that that really helped me in this process. So if you are struggling to get pregnant or you would like to get pregnant, that is also another video to watch. In the very beginning sections, I'll try to timestamp everything in the description box so it's a little bit easier. It is quite a long video. So I'm going to make this short and concise today. I have my notes in front of me ready to go, all my resources. So the first thing I want to talk about is symptoms. Quite different from first trimester. My second trimester, I was not feeling as many symptoms. The nausea went away, and I really didn't have that bad of nausea in my first trimester, which I mentioned in that last video. But I was experiencing a lot of, like, this is really gross, but like a lot of boogers, a lot of nasal congestion, which they say is completely normal. You have a lot of blood flow, a lot of blood in your nose vessels, I guess, and you're creating your mucus plug, which if you don't know what a mucus plug is, it's basically just a mucousy substance that prevents bacteria from going into the womb where the baby is living right now. So it's just something that's created by your body. So your body is already creating a lot of mucus, and my midwife told me this, so I'm not an expert on mucus plugs, but that is why you also have a lot of nasal congestion, which I thought was really interesting. So that's been really weird because I usually don't have this much stuff in my nose. So every time I wake up, I do a nice big blow of my nose, and goodness gracious, I am very surprised every single time. I'm like, how did that even come out of me? So what's really helped me is having a diffuser going in my kitchen that has eucalyptus, peppermint, something that's going to open up the nasal passages. I also put some eucalyptus tied to my shower head in my bathroom, which has also really helped. So I haven't experienced snoring, but again, my husband's not here, so he can testify to that when he gets here. But the next thing was that I was experiencing was back pain. I started to feel a lot of back and hip pain, so I went to the chiropractor, and he told me that you actually are tightening your butt muscles, which I found was a really interesting thing for him to say. But I think it comes from that dancer background, that dancer performer background. You're always so used to tightening everything, your legs, your butt, your whatever. So I was tightening and without even noticing it. So that was really affecting my back pain and also my hip pain, because obviously my body's growing, it's expanding. So he gave me a tennis ball to roll out on the wall. So I've been doing that every night in my nighttime routine, which has really, really helped. It's been getting worse as I've been going through the weeks, just because I'm getting heavier and my body's just changing so much. So I try to do this a little bit more religiously because it is quite painful, but it may not be from the baby, it may just be from me tightening my butt. The next thing is nausea and like vomiting. Like I said, I'm not experiencing any nausea at the moment or at all during my second trimester, which was so great. But I did have one food aversion. I love Corn Pop cereal, and I was really looking forward to it. And the baby didn't like it, and my body didn't like it. So I ate it, and 30 minutes later, it was gone. I did not keep it in my body. So sometimes your body just reacts like that. Sometimes it just doesn't want that food, and you yourself are really craving it, but maybe it's just not the right choice for you. So that's completely normal. It doesn't mean that there was anything wrong with that food, or it doesn't mean that there was anything wrong with you. It just means that the baby doesn't want it, or your body is rejecting it, or maybe it's just not the right thing that your body needs right now. So that was very interesting. But that was the only time I threw up, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. Another thing I've been experiencing is an intense sense of smell. I'll never forget when I was at work, there was a man that came in that had just came from, I think, the barbershop or something, and he completely reeked of chemicals and just hair products. I don't know what it is, but I couldn't even be near him. So Pepper has officially made an appearance. This is Pepper. She's a very needy cat. So this is something I'm kind of worried about too when the baby comes. So we'll see how she does. But I'm hoping she loves the baby just as much as us. So we'll see. Yeah, so the thing I was talking about was the sense of smell. So the guy came in and it was just super overwhelming smell, and I just couldn't deal with it. So I've noticed that I smell that in other people. If somebody has a lot of products on, it smells the same. Like I can't smell the actual smell, but it all smells kind of like this like weird BO mixed with chemical smell, and sometimes I smell it in my food too. I don't know what it is. I haven't asked my midwife about it because I think it's super weird, and it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens when I brew coffee sometimes, when I eat a certain food, when I smell other people. It's very strange. When I first used my cleanser, I smelled it. I don't know if it has to do with like the nasal congestion or what I was talking about earlier, but very strange. So that's one thing I'll say that I just don't really understand with my body. Yeah, so anyway. The next thing is broken sleep. So I haven't really been sleeping a full night's sleep. I am very spoiled, and I love a good 8 hours of sleep, and I'm kind of used to that, but that is obviously not going to be happening anytime soon in the near future. Probably not until maybe like 10 years from now. I've been waking up to mainly go to the bathroom every 2 to 3 hours, but also just randomly, whether from dreams or whether from just thinking too much, or I recently felt our baby move. So I felt our baby move a little bit after 21 weeks. So I've been getting really excited about that too. And it was very small in the beginning, so I didn't really feel a ton, but when I did, I would like hold it and wait, and I got really excited. So waking up every 2 to 3 hours. And what's really helped me is I do have a pregnancy pillow behind me, and I will put like a screenshot of it right here from Amazon. This one's just from Amazon. I will say it was really helpful in my second trimester and in the beginning of my second trimester. Now into my third trimester, there's features about it that I don't really like. So I would probably recommend another pregnancy pillow or get another version of it for my next pregnancy. I just don't like how it has a zipper right where I put my shoulder or my arm. So that was like digging into me sometimes. And then, yeah, I just didn't like some of the features about it. I can't sleep on my shoulders a lot. So yeah, that was not enjoyable after a few weeks. So I've been starting to just use a regular pillow in between my legs and then doubling up on the pillow on my neck. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to find another pregnancy pillow for my next go round because, yeah, just not using it anymore. And then what's helped me get to sleep is I have this magnesium spray that I got off Amazon. It's Ancient Minerals. And it's been, let's see, I'm gonna do this this time. Ancient Minerals Magnesium Oil, and I just spray it on my calves or my legs after I lotion up. And I don't know if it helps, but placebo effect, maybe it does help. Who knows? But I enjoy it, and I enjoy the spray. So, and I know that I need magnesium in my life. So, the other thing I've been getting is this melatonin. It was really bad in the beginning of the second trimester, so I tried to get something to remedy that. This is not my favorite one, but it was the one with the least crappy ingredients. This one's just from Whole Foods, and it has elderberry juice, it has flower extracts, again, sugar, water, coconut oil, you know, some things I didn't really want in there, but again, I needed the melatonin, and I don't take this every night, so I take it when I really want to have a good sleep and I haven't really slept very well, and this is the brand right here. So yeah, not my favorite, but it'll do, and I don't take it all the time. So if I need a little kick start into my sleep, that's what I take, but not too much else other than that. In the realm of sleep though, I have been having weird dreams. So I have a baby book, which I'll share in a moment, but I've been documenting some of them or just like voice memoing them, and they've been super weird. I think the weirdest one that I had, it was like a mixture between Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, and like Divergent. It was super weird, like games and colors and like wizardry, but it like got a little dark sometimes. It's so weird. And then some of them are like super realistic, and I have to wake up being like, is that real? Or sometimes it's about what I've just watched and it's a reflection of that. So I never remember my dreams, and this pregnancy I have definitely woken up being like, what in the world? So that's been a symptom. It's been harder to walk up the stairs. So as I get bigger, I definitely popped at about 19 weeks and just getting out of breath. I live on the third floor of an apartment, and that has been really hard to walk up, but I feel like it's definitely keeping me fit, which is great, without having to like work out. But yeah, I get very winded going up those stairs now. So I really have to take my time, and it's getting warmer, so that's not really helping either. And then the last thing was symptoms with the nausea. I have a really bad gag reflex, so flossing and taking vitamins in the beginning of the second trimester was still a little bit hard to do. So I've been really trying to make sure that I have at least some water or something to distract me from what I'm doing to my mouth, whether I'm flossing or taking my vitamins. I think the distraction really helps, but it has gotten better over time. But going into the second trimester, I was still experiencing that symptom. All right, now we're gonna move on to like body changes. So a little bit different from symptoms. Some of the body changes, I mean, the biggest one has been obviously my bump, and I kind of popped, like I said, at 19 weeks. So I've been trying to lotion up as much as possible my bump, and I'm just keeping everything moisturized. I haven't seen any stretch marks yet, knock on wood, but I have been using a Lush bar, which I'll get right now. So this is the Lush bar that I've been using. It's super cute. It's just a regular little massage bar, and I've used it up quite a bit, but it used to have a little like 3 indentions and 1 little bump, and it's mainly for pregnant women. And I asked the lady, you know, what are the bumps for? And she said that the statistic of out of every 4 babies, 3 are born with innies and 1's born with an outie, and that's why they created this bar with a bump and 3 indentions. So I thought that was super cute. So I've just been rubbing that on my belly close to every night, or at least try to, and it's really helped, at least I think so. We'll see down the road when it gets bigger, but I haven't really used a ton of lotions. I'm trying to use up what I actually have. I haven't really gotten any belly oils. You don't need much, people. You don't need to buy like a $50 belly oil. I have not used any of that. I've used literally that bar, which was I think under $10, and it's lasted me so long. And then I'm just using my lotions and oils and things that I already had. So again, you don't need to go out and buy a belly oil. It's okay. The other thing that my body has changed is my boobs. So this is pretty common. I mean, your belly's gonna get bigger, everything's gonna get bigger, your boobs are gonna get bigger. So in my last first trimester video, I was using these like little cute bralettes, these like baby bralettes. Yeah, those don't fit anymore. So I recently purchased some bras, some nursing bras from Amazon. I'm wearing one right now. It came in a 3-pack. This is a gray. It came with a black and a nude. You can probably see the nude a little bit better. It's not one that clips. It's a very comfortable, and it's one that just folds in the front. So I like that a lot, because I hate clips. People say that clips are just, it's like too much to do in the moment. So this is just, you know, pull it to the side and, you know, but still classy and very comfortable. So they came in a 3-pack. They also, I got just my regular size, so 36C. They might get a little bit small in the band, but again, they're super stretchy and super comfortable. They're made out of cotton modal and a little bit of spandex. I've loved them so far. They also came with these little pads. I think they're supposed to be like breast pads for milk, but, or maybe like covering up nipple exposure, I don't know. But I have not used them. They're still in the pack. So I didn't feel like I needed them. Another thing that I purchased that I also haven't really used are bra extenders. So I may put that in my third trimester recap, but so far I haven't really gotten to use them very much. So that's a win for me. Anyway, and then other than the them getting bigger, I've also seen some colostrum leakage, like probably midway to at the end of my second trimester. Nothing like liquidy or anything, just more like dried, and I've just noticed different colors on my nipples. So that's pretty much all I've noticed. I haven't, like I said, I haven't noticed like my bra getting wet or anything like that. And that's probably TMI for some people, but if you're watching a pregnancy video, you'll want to know this information. So yeah, just a little bit of like dried colostrum, not so much like liquidy. I have a lot more energy. That was a big symptom or body change that I really enjoyed having. A lot more myself, even with what I was eating too, which I'll talk about. And I really enjoyed it. I was like, I'm so happy to be back to where I was. I got a lot of stuff done and made a lot of progress in like baby prep and things. So I felt a lot more like myself, which was nice. I did notice that my bump was sitting quite low. So people were like, oh, that means a boy, it means a boy. So the bump is still sitting quite low. So I haven't really seen a lot of weight gain up here. So yeah. There was one thing that I got to help with that. I got a seat belt, I don't know what it's called, like an extender or something like that for pregnancy. So you put it on the bottom of your seat and it just splits the seat belt that hits your bump onto your legs. So I'll share a photo right here from Amazon, again, Amazon purchase. And that's been really helpful now that my bump is getting lower and bigger. Which I've enjoyed, and it doesn't like cut me across the stomach because I'm obviously driving myself everywhere. I don't have my husband here, so that's been really nice. And my last thing with body, I haven't really gained too much weight. I've been trying to monitor it just to make sure I don't gain too much weight, and I'm not really like anal about it. Like I said in my last video, I don't really care, but it helps me keep on track with if I'm eating right, if I am eating too much, or making sure that I'm getting good nutrients and not a lot of carbs. And it just helps me to keep like protein at top of mind as opposed to like those carby cravings that don't really give me any nutrients. So it's just a way for me to track my weight, but I'm mostly tracking, you know, okay, I'm bigger this week, I'm a lot heavier. What am I doing? Do I need to be this heavy? Maybe I should be eating more vegetables and fruits and like really nourishing foods for my body. So that's really been my only gauge. I'm not really worried about the weight, but I will say that I have not gained as much weight. I'm right on track with my weight, and I haven't had much swelling either, which has been really nice. And my midwife did tell me that swelling is a cause of not enough protein, which not many people know. So if you are starting to swell, obviously make sure to drink a lot of water, elevate your feet, maybe some compression socks, but in general, eat more protein, whether it's in the form of animal protein or plant protein. That has been super helpful for me. Okay, next thing, food, my favorite topic. Again, I am back to my normal diet, which is great. And my normal diet is usually fruits, vegetables, whole grains. I've been eating a mixture of animal and plant protein, like I said. And but I do have my like little snacks and treats here and there. I don't have a label. I am a health coach. I've tried many different health diets, and what has helped me is not putting a label on how I eat. I eat intuitively now, and I listen to my body, which is the best thing for me to do for my body as well as for my pregnancy. For this pregnancy, I have been, like I said, upping my protein. I'm making sure I have a lot of variety in my diet because you don't want the baby to have allergies. So I didn't eat a lot of peanut butter before this, so I made sure to get organic peanut butter because peanuts are in literally everything. And soy also, so I'll have some tofu, sometimes some soy milk, not so much. And I have some tempeh as well. So some foods that I've really enjoyed. I mentioned a couple of bars in my last video, the Go Macro and the Epic bars. I've also included the Bobo's bars. They're so delicious. This one is stuffed with almond butter, but it's an oat bar. I love oats, such a good healthy form of whole grains. So this is delicious. I have this on occasion, and it's just been a really nice bar to have around or in my purse or just at work. So that's been really nice. I've also gravitated towards more cereal. So I've been waking up in the middle of the night feeling a little more hungry or just needing something to snack on because I can't go back to sleep. So I'll either get like half of a banana or maybe like a little mug of cereal. So that's been really helpful. I've enjoyed little baby cheeses, so really, really tiny ones like either the Baby Bells or ones that you pick up from Whole Foods like little Goudas, little Bries, little goat's cheese, and then little mozzarella sticks too. I am having a grocery haul video for my 3rd trimester come out soon, so you'll see all the things that I was eating in a little more detail. So I've been eating that. I've been craving Cocoa Whip and strawberries. Don't know if it's like because they're in season and it's summertime almost. That has been a huge craving of mine. Orange juice, a lot more fruits. So I never drink orange juice, and all of a sudden I was like, I am craving orange juice. So there's a brand that I get from Whole Foods, which I show in that grocery haul, so you can look there. A lot more smoothies. So it's been getting hotter, like I said, and we got a really nice blender just now. So I've been trying to use all of our powders, and that'll help me put in protein powder, maca powder, which is a good hormone balancer, collagen powder, which is really good for baby's development too. So just trying to include as many nutrients as possible into that smoothie, which is really, really useful. And then the last thing that I've been enjoying again is coffee. Like I said, I was not into coffee at all, could not stand it. But in my 2nd trimester, I was really into coffee and matcha, so I had kind of like a mix of the two. In my 3rd trimester, I'm going more back to like espresso shots as opposed to full coffees because I can't really drink a lot of it, but I was really enjoying coffee again. I think I was a little too excited, but obviously not too much. I only had about a cup a day, and that was it. Because I knew that the more caffeine I had, my heart would speed up, and it's not good for the baby to have too much caffeine. So I was very highly aware of that. So I'd have 1 cup a day. Vitamins that I got were another thing of prenatals. The prenatals that I have are New Chapter. I forgot to grab it, but it's, I'm going to put a picture of it right here. It's really nice, and I've talked about it, I think I talked about it in my last video, or maybe on Instagram. A lot of nutrients, lots of fermented foods, and it has ginger in it, so it doesn't, it actually helps with nausea, which is nice. And it's from Whole Foods, so it's a little more natural, and I got that one for the 2nd time, so that was good. And then the second thing I have is the Nordic Naturals DHA, the prenatal DHA, which I'll put, actually I'll just grab it, it's literally right here, calm down. So I have the prenatals DHAs, which has been really nice. They're quite small, so I take 2 of these a day because I ran out of my big awkward bottle of fish oil from my last video, so I had to get something there. But everything else from that video I'm taking still, so except for the magnesium pills. So if you go back to that 1st trimester and scroll through to supplements, you'll see everything that I am currently taking as well. Okay. Next thing, movement. I've done a lot more stretching, so I've added in a nighttime routine. I usually do like a little cat-cow, I do a straddle, I do butterfly, and I do a yogi squat, which has been really nice. And then I do some hip openers like pigeon, or just stacking my legs and doing some hip stuff. And then obviously the rolling out of my butt on the wall with the tennis ball. That has been really nice. It feels so good to stretch at night, and I recommend doing that before you hit the bed because you'll just get sore. Okay, along with movement, I've tried to get outside in nature as much as possible. That includes maybe like a 5K walk in my local neighborhood. Sometimes that's just being on my feet a lot at work. I've noticed that I'm really tired when I get home from work because I do have a job where I'm on my feet all the time. So that has been like my biggest form of exercise, and then stretching and some yoga moves. So not too much. I try to keep it really light and stuff that I know is working my body. I could probably be doing more strength training, but again, everyone has their different journey and unique journey of how they exercise and what feels good in their body. So definitely walking, hill walking, things like that. And then I do a lot of like cleaning and labor around the house. I live, like I said, on the 3rd floor of an apartment, so that works my legs all the time. And I'm doing a lot of stuff myself. So a lot of lifting, not a lot of lifting, but like moving around and picking things up. So I'm like constantly moving naturally, as opposed to like, you know, working out or going to the gym and doing something, which doesn't really sound appealing to me in general. With being on my feet all day, one thing I will share is I did get some new slippers. These are from LL Bean. I did splurge on these because I knew that I was going to be maybe a little bit swollen or really tired on my feet. So I wanted to invest in some really good slippers that had a back on them. My other ones didn't have a back, so I felt like that was a little bit dangerous if I were to be holding the baby or something. So I'm really happy I purchased these. I love them so much and wear them all the time. Another thing, it doesn't have to do with movement, but it is more of the body and recovery. I have been getting some massages in my second trimester, so that is really helpful, as well as the stretching in body and muscle recovery. Again, she's been just massaging my butt muscles because they're so tight. I don't know what it is about me tightening my butt, but anyway. She's been massaging that, and obviously they are prenatal or perinatal trained, so I'm not laying on my stomach or my back, on my side mostly, and she's doing it that way. So it's been really nice, really comforting. The next thing I want to talk about is mindset. So I mentioned this in my last video. I was feeling really joyful, really happy because it was around the holidays. This trimester, I had a lot of energy physically, but I felt a lot of emotions. So my husband is currently away and he has missed about 6 months of this pregnancy, and that has been really, really difficult for both of us. So I've been feeling quite emotional about that, feeling quite lonely, and just a little nervous about what to expect and everything that he's been missing. And I think it just got to me a lot during this trimester. And there was a lot of unknowns, a lot of unpredictabilities, which we feel much better now. He's still not here, but we feel a lot more prepared and a lot more grounded in where we're headed. But for a few weeks there, I was just really down and really low, and that happens. That's completely normal. My situation is not normal. It's super unique and super different than most. My husband works and lives on a ship, so being alone right now is really difficult, and I know other people in this situation can relate. But if you're feeling low, it could be from maybe feeling alone from COVID, whether you can't go out and do things, which also affected me a little bit during this trimester, or it could be from not feeling like you're supported in other ways, or feeling like this is the end of a chapter and you're not ready to let go of this chapter of your life. That did not affect me at all. I've been ready for having a baby for a long time. So I'm super excited about that. I think it was just feeling like I was doing it alone and not including my partner, which was really hard. So I did a lot of research and prep work, and then did a lot of like scheduling with my husband and made sure that we're on track with the things that needs to happen before he comes home. So we're feeling a lot better about that, but it was rough for a moment there. A lot of tears, a lot of low moments, but that's okay. Pregnancy is ups and downs, roller coaster, and all the emotions you feel are valid. Just know that. I was quite anxious about preparing, so I have been reorganizing and decluttering, and I'll come out with a whole baby prep video. It's a whole list of things I did on my Google Drive and things I want to get done in each room, because we did recently move in November, so we don't feel like 100% grounded in this space because not everything is organized. We've been traveling. I've been traveling for about 10 years on a cruise ship, so there was a lot of things for me to go through and declutter. Never really lived in a home before, other than our apartment in Florida. So it's been quite a journey, and it's nice to be able to figure out different systems in the house and how it's going to be easier and work for us. And I've really enjoyed the process. So I'll make sure to share that in another video. And then the last thing I want to talk about with mindset is just connecting and reflecting about my pregnancy. And I have a book that I purchased called Growing You. It's super cute, and it's by Corey Harold. I think I got this off Amazon as well, but it's a beautiful book. It's very well laid out, very simple, and each section is by month. So you have a section in the beginning all about the growth, prenatal appointments, resources you've been loving, and then it goes into like each section of the month. So 1 to 2 months, and it asks you some reflective questions. 3 months, like 3 words to describe pregnancy, I'm nervous about, I'm excited about, what you're craving, reflecting on being pregnant with you, so you're like writing to your baby, any dreams you have, and then any sort of stories at the end of the month. So I've been doing that pretty much every month, which has been super fun to reflect, and it makes me feel really connected with my baby. So I'll be filling out the 7-month one very soon. I can't believe it's about that time. And then at the back of the book, you have, you can write your birth story, you can write your birth plan, and then they recommend writing some letters to your baby, to yourself, to your partner. It's really a beautiful book. And then I have a pocket at the back where I put the rest of our sonogram photos. So that's been really, really nice. Just a couple more things to mention. So with prep work, we've been organizing and I've been in that nesting mode. So like I said, every room in the house is being prepared and creating systems for the baby, for myself, for our ease, because as soon as the baby is born, my husband is going back to sea around, we think, September time. So I'm going to be alone again. So we need to figure out some really good systems moving forward so that I can be okay with like maybe a little bit of help from family. So that has been a really big focus for me personally. I did at the beginning of this second trimester declutter my closet. So I went through literally all my clothes. We've been changing over to the season of spring and summer. So I've been going through all my clothes, putting them on, seeing if they'll fit me into my third trimester. If they don't, I am putting them away in a bag away from me, and then I'll probably declutter them as they come out of storage for next season or next like the fall and the winter, see what fits me and what I can declutter. But that's been really interesting because a lot of stuff does not fit. So I've had to get things at work because I'm working constantly at Lululemon. So what has been really nice has been Align pants. So I have them on right now. They are very high-waisted and they fit all the way through my third trimester. So they're going to grow and stretch. So I'm really, really thankful that I work at a place that sells clothes that are nice and stretchy, because that's been really helpful. So I've just done a declutter, and I can talk about that in my baby prep video as well. So that was really nice to be able to switch over all my wardrobe, and I've had to purchase some new things. So far I haven't purchased any maternity wear. The only thing I have purchased are those nursing bras, and I kind of want to keep it that way. I don't like buying maternity stuff. And also, you know, I want to be able to wear my clothes at any season of my life, and if it's really stretchy or maybe it's like one size up or something, that is better than buying strictly maternity wear, in my opinion. But if you want to buy maternity wear, go for it. The last prepping thing we have done is we have researched and hired a doula. So we are giving birth at a birthing center, which we mentioned, or I mentioned in the last video. And I did a little bit of research in the Richmond, Virginia area and found a great doula. Her name is Blake Slesser, and we're super excited to work with her. She's also going to be taking some photos of our birth, which we're also very, very excited about. And I'll do a whole video on our birthing plan and what we are going to include in that, and how we're preparing for that. But yeah, definitely recommend a doula. It's basically like a coach, but for birthing. So it's people who birth in hospitals can also have a doula. So I recommend it for anyone who wants more support and more comfort in their birth, and having to put that pressure on their partner is sometimes really hard. So a doula can kind of step back, be less emotional, but be really supportive of you. And I definitely recommend a doula. Hopefully it'll be a really amazing experience. With the baby and the progress that we've had, I've been consistently every single week, I'm super proud, taking my progress photos and posting them on social media. I have used the, I think it's called Baby Story app, and they have different fruits of what correlates with which week. So I've been consistently putting those out, and they've been really, really fun, and people have been commenting on them. So that's been really fun. The other thing we did get in our 20 weeks is our sonogram. So we didn't go to the birthing center for that. We did go to a hospital, and my husband got this for me for Mother's Day. It's a little frame that says Love at First Sight, and we put our sonogram photo inside. Super adorable, and that profile, that's like the best sonogram photo I've ever seen in my life. So I don't know what they were doing in there, but they were posing for the camera for sure. So it's been really a beautiful experience to see that, and I think after that appointment, it really got us into the mindset of like, okay, this is real. This is really happening. We're having a child, and we're going to be parents soon, which was amazing. Two other things we did for baby prep is we made a registry. I don't know if I talked about this in the last video, but we are using Babylist, and it's a combination of all of the stores. So Target, Amazon, really you can use any website, which is amazing, and it all stores it in this one place on babylist.com. We have loved using it, and we can put it in different sections. You can purchase from whatever website. You can reserve it and purchase it on your own. You can add things like a cash fund, a doula fund, home cooked meals, cleaning services. That's been really, really nice. So I've loved to edit it and see what people are getting, and sends you an email when someone gets you something, and it ships to you right away. Nobody has to go purchase it at the store. It just automatically ships to you, which is an amazing service. I highly, highly recommend babylist.com. And the last thing we are doing is we decided that we are not finding out the gender. We have two names picked out, one for a boy, one for a girl, and we have decided to keep it a surprise. So everybody is very excited to find out, me too, but I think it helps to put it into a little bit of a perspective that any baby that comes out we're going to love, and it's not about the gender. It's about that we created this life, and we're just so excited to have it in our life and in our family, and doesn't matter what the gender is. So we're very excited about finding out too. Some inspiration in my pregnancy. I'm going to share some YouTube resources. I have my little computer right here, so I'm going to be looking at it. Some channels that I've been following have been Ellen Fisher. I love her. Her and her family live in Hawaii. She's had 4 kids. Her last birthing experience was in her home in a rented birthing tub on her porch with all her kids there. What? That sounds amazing. Anyway, she's a vegan. She eats beautifully. They grow food. They have such a cool lifestyle and such an amazing way of living and mindset. So I love following her and all of her baby and child resources. So I highly recommend her. Ellen Fisher is her name. Wilson Homestead has also been one. This woman birthed her baby with just her husband there in her farmhouse, and she recorded it. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. But she is very holistic and makes her own like teas and grows her own food and is sustainable and eco-friendly. So I really love watching her videos as well. Obviously Health Nut Nutrition, who I mentioned in my last video, she did these recaps as well, and she's amazing, and I love all of her content. It's so fun, and she's had some great resources and tips for me too. Another person I've watched over the years is Becca Bristow. She uses a lot of essential oils, and she's a little bit, not as like homesteady, but definitely somebody to watch for baby prep and more of a holistic mindset. The Lepsky's Life, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'll put it in the description box. She uses like cloth diapering and has 2 kids, and it's just really real about mothering, and she's also sustainable and eco-friendly, so I really love watching her. And the last person that's inspired me has been my midwife. Having a midwife has been a really beautiful experience, and I've loved talking to her about my anxieties and the things I'm struggling with, and she's reassured me so much that, you know, all you need is you for your baby. Somewhere for it to sleep, something for it to eat, and you. And that is it. And that has really helped me with my perfectionism mindset, and just getting back into the reality of babies don't need much, they need your love. and it's not about all the little doodads and gadgets and things that you get. So I've had to remind myself this trimester, and I'm feeling a lot more calm and relaxed. And the last thing I want to share is my bump. Obviously, I will show you right now. I am 31 weeks pregnant, and 31 and a half, I guess, and I'm about 2 to 3 weeks into my third trimester, but I'll show you anyway. It's quite large. Let's see if you can see that. So definitely getting there. Definitely getting there. Sitting quite low, but still so big. All right, everybody. That is it for my second trimester recap. If you have not watched the first one, go ahead and watch that. I'll link that down below, and then I'll be coming out with a third trimester recap video very soon, hopefully before baby's born. Hopefully they're not born too early so I can get a chance to actually record this video. If you did like this video and you got a lot out of it, please make sure to like and subscribe below, excuse me, and follow me on my pregnancy journey and all of my self-love and perfectionism resources. If you are also interested in health coaching services, I also do that on the side. So if you're looking for a health coach around holistic wellness, please hit me up. My information will be in the description box below as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!